YouTube fans, here again. And I figure why not? It's some Peter news, but this is Peter news with a difference. What do I mean by a difference? It's going to have tagline, I'm not 16. And people wondering, well, looking at me, you're not 16, Peter. You're right, I'm not. And in today's era, I'm happy I'm not. Because what is their forum? What is the forum? And I'm going to get to that in a minute. There's a few topics I'm going to get through first. And yes, I'm going to talk about our wonderful Prime Minister. Every time I go Peter News, I've always done that. Whether it was the idiot we had this and years go Boris Blumring Johnson, whether it was Shuki, and now we've got another fucking moron being Keir Starmer. So yeah, I always do it on Peter News. If you don't like it, you don't have to see it. But as soon as I do have my point, always say on my channel that at the end of the day, I talk about movies and I talk about politics. On this occasion, I'm talking about politics. Why not? I'm on a lucky roller. Anyway, so just to the short, because it's the anniversary of Jaws. I'm going to do a lot about Jaws, being on Peter News. I'm going to do a lot of reviews, biographies, the making, what went on, why the site wasn't working, even talk about the movie itself, talk about the sequels, even the bastard of them all being Jaws, the snooze offence. Why not? And probably talk about a bit of Steven Spielberg films, because I do what's in them. I love Steven Spielberg as a director, as a person. He sucks, but as a director, I've got to admit, you can't take away from the man that he's a good director. And as you can see, today it's pissing it down. We're going to have a bit of rain, bit of sun, bit of rain, but it's to be expected. Every time you get to that month and it's mad hot and you feel like you've walked out of a frigging sauna, you can guarantee it's going to be fucking raining. You can guarantee it. But anyway, that's why I'm speaking. Now, on my tagline, when you watch this on my YouTube video, it will say, I'm not 16. And people know I'm on about. I've seen it every day and I'm down to dodge it like a fucking STD. I'm down to dodge it, but you know what? I can't dodge it no more. It's got to be said. Keir Starmer, and I'm going to say this to anyone who is underage, because on my channel, right, anyone who, like me, has a YouTube platform, I'm not the word there, I say again, anyone who's got a YouTube platform like me will know that it has an age distinction on it. What do I mean by that? If you want it for a younger audience, you can allow it for a younger audience. If you want it for an older audience, when you restrict your videos on YouTube, it will have an 18 for adults only. My videos have always been for adults only. If I get an living times from YouTube, I've got a slap on the hands. But the thing is, I've always got a slap on the hands because I'm swearing. I use sexual swear words, sexual innuendos. I'm very vulgar with my speaks. That to me is a piece of art. People can think, what the hell are you on about, Pete? It's a piece of art. What do I mean by it's art? There's a reason for it. I don't F in death because I like the sound of bad language. I don't use sexual innuendos and words because I've got sex on my brain and I'm just fold off that I've got sex on my brain, but on this occasion, no. To me, it's a repression and a person. But some people, and I will be honest, probably still watch me. They'll still watch me because they think I'm thinking funny, what sort of shit am I going to come out with next, blah, blah, blah. So there are people today, underage. I'm going to treat you like an adult, people. Anyone who is 16 or 17, I'm going to treat you like an adult. And if you say, you can't treat them like adults, they're 16, they're 17. Not being patronising, but I'm going to make a reason for them saying this. I'm going to do it. You know why I'm going to do it? And I'm going to treat you all like adults, like grown-ups. Because Keir Starmer wants to treat you like adults. He wants you to vote when you are 16 or 17. He wants to alter the law, alter it So you get a say when you're 16 and 17. His attitude, his mentality of thinking, which isn't really a lot, is if you've got a job, you're old enough to vote. But, I'll say this with such certainty and confidence, but it's mad people, right? This goes for Chase Diamond, which I doubt he'll listen because he doesn't even listen to his advisors. So I doubt he's going to listen to me because the guy's a fucking moron. Net, I'm shooting our Prime Minister. Don't forget, we're all adults here. So, the end of the day, right? I don't think what I was going to say, but at the end of the day, right? Anyone who's 16 and so on, the people who are 16, this goes for Chase Diamond, don't listen to this pal, which I doubt you will, because you can't listen to your advisor either, so who the fuck am I? Those people who are 16, they've left school. Bring them out, will want to go to college, get a better education, get more qualifications, because it's damn hard these days to get a job. Sometimes you can get overqualified or underqualified, no matter how many petty qualifications you get. Some people will get part-time jobs who are 16 and a little bit over, meaning 17. Right? So they're still not mature. I'm not being patronising here, people. I'm treating you all like adults here. If there's anyone who's underage watching me today, I'm treating you like an adult. But those people who are 16 and under are still not discovered life. That is why the law originated for when it comes to voting day is for 18 and over. I've been patronising, seem to treat you all like adults here. It's always has been that way. It's like, that's the luxury of voting, even though I don't think people nowadays fucking vote, no matter how old you are. Because there's nothing to vote for. There's nothing to fucking vote for in this country. Who the fuck do you vote for? They all piss in the same sewer. But I'll get to the point, because we're all going to be adults here now. We're all growing up, right? So, the end of the day, this was a luxury of when you're 18, when you're now considered an adult, when you get hairs on your chest, when you're there, when you're doing boobs, right? I'm not being sexually, I'm being dirty-minded for a reason. When you become an adult, don't go around the houses, when you become a growing up, this was the luxury of being 18. 18, you're old enough to go to the pub, you're old enough to drink a beer, you're old enough to watch pornography, if that's what turns you on. You're old enough to get married. You're old enough to be go to fucking orgies, fit for a fucking queen and king. And guess what? You were old enough to vote. That was why that law always has been, right? Now I'm getting to the point where I don't really go around the houses, right? I don't agree with it. I'm fair, right? And people will say, you just don't like the youth of today. You could not be any wonder. If anyone wants to write shit like that to me, bring it on. Bring it on. I love it. You just don't like youth of today. Rond with a capital W. Because at the end of the day, I'm all for the youth. I'm all for the people of tomorrow. I am. Believe me. So, the end of the day, right, I wouldn't mind if it's the reason that Chase Diamond gives a fuck and he cares about you, the people of tomorrow. I wouldn't mind that, but he doesn't give a flying shit about you, people of tomorrow. He does not give a shit about any of you. The real reason why he's wanting to alter your age restriction is because the man is scared. He's scared because he knows that his voting has gone so down. His polls of Labour have gone so fucking down. He couldn't get it back up if he tried. Because people don't bother to vote anymore. And you know what's so funny? Young people don't even vote because there's nothing for them. There's nothing for you people. I'm not being an arsehole. I'm treating you like adults here. There's nothing for you. But he wants to alter that age restriction to make out he's being fair. Truth of the matter is, He wants to try and get more votes because he knows that next election, it's bye-bye. Bye-bye. And this is going to get him. I pulled that pound out. I can't find it, but if I've got it, I'll show it. We all know that the Reform are going to get in 2029, right? We all know that in 2029 that the Reform are getting in. I can tell you that straight away. You've only got to look at your fucking figures and everything to know that the Reform are going to get in. And he's scared, Keir Starmer. He is fucking pacified. So he thinks by making out it's for youth people, it's not. He doesn't define shit about any of you. Doesn't. The fuck. He's doing this so he can get fucking voted into 29, and that's right, he can stay his job, he can go out being what he is, an overpaid salesman, and fuck the country up more. That is why he wants to vote it to 16 and 17. He doesn't give a fuck about you people. Doesn't give a fuck. If he did a fine shit, would he help people off tomorrow with university fees? He's put them higher. He don't give a shit about people off the mall. He don't give a shit about the people who are 16 and 17. He's only doing this to keep votes. And I think it's disgusting. I think it's wrong. And if anyone who's 16 and 17 thinks he's doing it for you are wrong. That's the bit when I will say you are wrong. And yes, I don't agree with it. I think you should be 18 and over. Same as when you drink beer, same as other stuff, when you're 18 years of age, where you've discovered life more, not being patronising and being honest. Keir Starmer does not give a shit about people off tomorrow. It doesn't. Too busy helping other countries out. Too busy letting dinky divers in. Too busy fucking wasting our money on shit what is not needed. Too busy going around with his vanity protests. He doesn't give a fine fuck about the working though. Never has done. Never will. Get out of your head for people that think that mentality. That's the old Labour. Labour does not think that anymore. Doesn't give a shit about the youth of today or tomorrow. Doesn't give a shit about these people. That's why I've had to do a survey here and now on people voting, even the younger people who are 16 and 17, that law hasn't happened there, but even young people, they're probably saying no. Even people who are naive and don't know anything about politics do have something in their head to know that the person we've got is a fucking prat. Keir Starmer is a public boy moron. A dickhead. He's not even with today's people. Doesn't even know what a working Joe is, what sort of like an imbecile he is. James's dad's a true maker. Maybe he's a fucking less true in his brain. The guy's a fucking weasel. Darts like a Dalek with a Dalek face. Dad doesn't give a shit about his people. And I'm advising people, I'm not telling you this, I'm advising you, if they just alter this, do not fall for the bullshit there. That fucking Labour is for you. They've never been for you. They're for dinky divers. They're for fucking helping other countries out. They're for fucking you over. That is Labour. They're worse than the fucking Tories. And that's me fucking being open and honest. They are worse than the fucking Tories. And I'm really being open there. And please, young people don't say, well, who do we vote for? Who do we root for? I couldn't say if I wanted to. Couldn't. But Labour and Keir Starmer is only doing this to get more votes. I would say go vote for Reform, but I don't really know their philosophy. But I do think Reform, when you listen to Note for Ads, it doesn't sound like an old for sales fucking salesman. He doesn't sound like a fucking overpaid salesman, I should say. And he doesn't talk like a fucking Dalek. He talks like a human being. And even he's laughing right now, because if the youth of today do get this new law, I guarantee they'll probably vote for fucking Note for Ads, because he's more for us. Like, could be right, could be wrong. I say vote him, and he could piss on us as well. He could be another overpaid salesman selling shit, making himself sound beautiful. So if he gets voted, he can fuck us over. But you know what? Sometimes you got to take a gamble in life. I'm thinking, like adults here, people. The Keir Starmer thinks because when you leave school, suddenly, because you've got a job, you're now an adult. You're not. You're still learning life. You're learning life. When you're 16, you make mistakes. That's dud. The old saying, you learn from your mistakes. I've made mistakes when I'm 16. I'm not going to fucking lie. I was not perfect. But one good thing come out of it. It learned me to be a better person, a better man, an adult. Now I sound like a boring old folded giving people advice who have not discovered life. Chase Diamond does not give a fuck about people who are 16, 17, doesn't. He just wants to get more votes because he knows that his poll is downer and downer like a limp fucking dick. That's the only reason why he's doing this. Not because he wants to, for the long period, to get more of a speech. Fucking hell, he's trying to do away with free speech. And this is coming from the fucking heart today, people. I'm telling anyone who's watching me illegal there, because I know they will be, who at 16 or 17, I'm telling you, do not fall for this bullshit there of this fucking imbecile who is ruining our country, ruining the fucking name, England. Don't fall for it. The guy's a fucking wanker. He's a dickhead. And then I will talk about 5 minutes of that with fucking, like, you already know I hate the man. I fucking hate him. And it is anger. So I'm asking people, if this comes through, and I hope the fuck it does, because I feel you should be sure to learn life more before you get to vote, which I did young people today don't vote anyway, because there's nothing for them, because a prat like him doesn't give a shit about you, so it's only over 5 minutes off. Don't fall for the bullshit, people. Anyone who's 16 and 17, do not fall for the bullshitter there from a fucking overpaid bullshitter like the Starman. We all know why he's doing it. He's doing it because he knows, and I'll guarantee when he gets fucked off in 29, he's out of a fucking job. Good riddance, the bad rubbish. Good riddance, the bad rubbish. I mean that with a fucking passion. You have no idea how much I hate that man. I only give you the background of what he used to do as a job. He used to offend scumbags. That was his job before he got to be what he is now, an overpaid salesman. He doesn't give a shit about people of the UK. He doesn't give a shit about tomorrow's people. Doesn't. So I'm saying to anyone who is watching me today, and he's saying this, if he's 16 and 17, don't fall for the bullshit from a bullshitter like the Starman, because he does not give a shit about you. He's only doing this to get more votes because he knows that his poll, his ratings of Labour, and even Labour, because they're all fucking piss in the same fucking sewer. He knows they're going down, and next election, he's going bye-bye. He's going bye-bye. Bye-bye, dear Starman. Bye-bye. So don't fall for the bullshit. I know this was longer than what it normally is, people, but I just had to get it out of my mind. Yes, it was on my mind. I needed to get it off my chest. I feel a lot better. But fingers crossed that this fucking puppet doesn't stay in power any much longer. We all know why he's doing this. And I'm telling you all like adults here, by giving you good advice, don't fall for the bullshit. See you later.